Alright, guys. It is Monday, April 19th, 2021 at 3:56 p.m. Alright, guys, let's jump right in here. We have the feds may issue first water shortage declaration in United States West. Low levels of Lake Mead could force cuts to water supplies. Hydropower to California, Arizona, and Nevada, as well as Salt Lake City placed under water shortage advisory last month. Says here, although spring officially began only a few days ago, Salt Lake City Mayor Aaron Mendenhall is preparing for drier months ahead. The mayor declared the city under a Stage 1 water conservation advisory on Wednesday, which puts the public on notice about possible future water shortages. We want to invite and encourage everyone in our city, as well as other municipalities we serve, to look at ways to reduce the water waste, reduce their water usage, including increase their water use efficiency and eliminate any water waste. The declaration comes 1 week after Governor Spencer Cox declared a state of emergency due to severe drought conditions throughout Utah. This article was a while ago, last month, but this is current. The feds may issue first water shortage declaration in the U.S. Low levels in Lake Mead could force cuts to water supply, hydropower in California, Arizona, and Nevada. The man-made lakes that store water supply millions of people in the U.S., West, and Mexico are projected to shrink to historic lows in the coming months, dropping to levels that could trigger the federal government's first ever official shortage declaration to prompt cuts in Arizona and Nevada. So the federal government's first ever official shortage declaration and prompts cuts to Arizona and Nevada. The U.S. Bureau of Reclamation released 24-month projections this week, forecasting that less Colorado River water will cascade down from the Rocky Mountains through Lake Powell and Lake Mead into the arid deserts of the Southwest and the Gulf of California. Water levels in the two lakes are expected to plummet low enough for the agency to declare an official shortage for the first time, threatening the supply of the Colorado River than growing cities and farms rely on. So many people who farm from the Colorado River and grow food from there could be affected as well. It comes that climate change means less snowpack flows into the river and tributaries, and hotter temperatures parch soil and cause more river water to evaporate as it streams through the drought-plagued American West. The agency's models project Lake Mead will fall below 1,075 feet for the first time in June 2021. That's the level that prompts the shortage declaration under agreements negotiated by 7 states that rely on the Colorado River water, including Arizona, California, Colorado, Nevada, New Mexico, Utah, and Wyoming. The April projections, however, will not have binding impact. Federal officials regularly issue long-term projections, but use those released each August to make decisions on how to allocate river water. If projections don't improve by then, the Bureau of Reclamation will declare a Level 1 shortage condition. The cuts will be implemented in January. Arizona, Nevada, and Mexico have voluntarily given up water under a drought contingency plan for the river signed in 2019. A shortage declaration would subject the two U.S. states to their first military reductions. Both rely on the Colorado River more than any other water source, and Arizona stands to lose roughly one-third of its supply. Water agency officials said they're confident that the preparation measures, including conservation and seeking out alternative sources, would allow them to withstand cuts if the drought lingers as expected. The study, while significant, is not a surprise. It reflects the impacts of the dry and warm conditions across the Colorado River Basin this year, as well as the effects of the prolonged drought that has impacted the Colorado River water supply. Officials from the Arizona Department of Water Resources and Central Arizona Project said in a joint statement. In Nevada, the agency that supplies water to most of the state has constructed straws to draw water from further down in the Lake Mead as its levels fall. It also has created a credit system where it can bank recycled water back into the reservoir without having it count toward its allocation. Colby Pellegrino, director of water resources for the Southern Nevada Water Authority, reassured customers that those preparation measures would insulate them from the effects of cuts, but she warned that more action was needed. It is incumbent upon all users of the Colorado River to find ways to conserve, Pellegrino said in a statement. The Bureau of Reclamation has projected that Lake Mead will drop to the point they worried in the past could threaten electricity generation at the Hoover Dam. This is the important part. They are worried in the past that it could threaten electricity generation at the Hoover Dam. So it won't just be water shortage; it will be electric shortage for those people uh, who live depending off the Hoover Dam electricity. It says the hydropower serves millions of customers in Arizona, California, and Nevada. So heads up for those three states and those people around that area as well, because who knows how many others depend off the electricity off the Hoover Dam. It says the hydropower serves millions of customers in Arizona, California, and Nevada. To prepare for future with less water, the Bureau has spent 10 years replacing parts of 5 of the dam's 17 turbines that rotate to generate power. Len Schling, a dam manager with the Bureau, said that the addition of wide head turbines allow the dam to operate more efficiently at lower water levels. He said the turbines will be able to generate power almost at a point called dead pool, when there won't be enough water for the dam to function. But Schilling noted that less power moving through the Hoover Dam means less hydropower to go around. As the elevation declines of the lake, then our ability to produce power declines as well because we have less water pushing on the turbines, he said. The hydropower costs substantially less than the energy sold at the wholesale electricity market because the government charges customers only for the cost of producing it and maintaining the dam. Lincoln County Power District General Manager Dave Luttrell said infrastructure updates less hydropower from the Hoover Dam and supplemental power from other sources like natural gas raise costs and alarm customers in his rural Nevada district. So the possibility of costs being raised for power in these areas is very real. So pay attention to that. Says rural economies in Arizona and Nevada live and die by the hydropower that is produced at Hoover Dam. It might not be a big deal to Nevada Energy, he said, one of Nevada's largest utility. It might be a decimal point to the Los Angeles Department of Water and Power, but Lincoln County adds huge impact. So heads up, people who live in these regions, who live in Arizona, Nevada, who live in Wyoming as well, and New Mexico and Mexico, Arizona, the whole area, the whole West, pretty much. Let's read it again: Arizona, California, Colorado, Nevada, New Mexico, Utah, and Wyoming. You guys are going to be affected by this water shortage, and it will cascade more than a water shortage into a power possible shortage because there won't be any water in the Hoover Dam if this is correct. So, guys, heads up. Let's see what else. It says the Southwest prepares for possible first water shortage declaration. I had read about the Utah having the warning, and now these states having the warning, but it's warming up and drying up in that region. It says El Paso, Texas. The borderlands saw showers over the weekend, but nothing to actually bring relief from dangerously dry conditions. This is leading to the Southwest to prepare for a possible first ever water shortage declaration. So the weather isn't helping, it is becoming dry. It says the effect of the drought up until this point most definitely is taking its toll. Meteorologist Jason Landry told KSM 9 News, our exceptional drought, which stands at a level D4, could trigger the federal government's first ever official water shortage declaration. Something many of us have noticed is that many of the plants in our own backyards have been suffering, added Laney. Experts continue to blame climate change. We also need to think about the infrastructure in the context of transportations, cars, larger vehicles, and are a significant contributor, Michael Regan, an administration of the EPA, explained on Today's Show. The warning comes from the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation after it was reported that the less snowpack flowing into the river and hotter temperatures are causing more river water to evaporate. So less snowpack is affecting the rivers, and less water going into the rivers is affecting the dams, and that is affecting the water levels for water in the region and the possibility of electricity in the region. So the climate is part of it. This would leave cities in Arizona, New Mexico, as far west as Texas, to suffer as millions depend on man-made lakes like Elephant Butte for water. Those exact lakes are projected to shrink to historic lows in the coming months. Unfortunately, when we take a look at our snowpack, which is where the water comes from and goes into Elephant Butte, it is well below normal for this time. Elephant Butte is currently a worrisome 8% to 10% capacity. Federal officials regularly issue long term projections, but use those released each August to make decisions about how to allocate river water. If projections do not improve by then, the Bureau of Reclamation will declare a level 1 shortage condition, and the cut will be implemented in January. So it's pretty much not having enough water or snowpack affecting everything. I just wanted to leave you guys with this video and a heads up for those people who live in those regions. Prayers up for you guys. It appears it's not just fire season, it's also dry season for the West Coast. Prayers for you guys, and see you guys next time. God bless you guys.